The moment I knew I really wanted to help people was the night Holden Caulfield disappeared. He was the kid right next door to me when I spent my last year of high school at Pensy Academy. He was struggling to say the least, failing out of school, fighting with his roommate, and he just seemed depressed all the time. One night, I saw that Holden had not gone to the big game and was instead sitting in his room all alone. It was strange seeing anyone other than me not go. When I saw him walk in earlier that night, he seemed upset, so I thought maybe I'd go cheer him up. I had always wanted to be a therapist or a guidance counselor. I was bullied all the time as a kid. Some of my more popular nicknames were Snotball, Fathead, and worst of all, Pimple Purse. I was really struggling and had nobody to turn to. My dad wasn't the warmest figure, and my mom was always too busy cooking to listen to me. I adore them. They were good parents, but they weren't very good at the warm and fuzzy. The guidance counselor at my school, Mr. Irwin, filled that role that my parents didn't. He talked to me every day, nothing huge. He would just stop by to say hi. It may seem insignificant, but it really did help. Anyways, I tried offering Holden the same type of comfort that Mr. Irwin had given to me. But before that night, I never knew how hard it was, how rewarding or how punishing it was to try help someone. When I walked into his room and said hello, he was not very interested. He didn't even look up from his book. I thought I might try get him to talk, get him talking. I remember the first time Mr. Irwin really tried talking to me, I was very hesitant too. I asked about his book, his night, just about everything on his desk, but nothing got him to talk. Nothing even got him to pick up his head. I tried standing a little behind him to block the light from his desk lamp that he was using, but even that didn't work. I could see that something was really getting at him, so I decided that if he wasn't going to talk, I would at least keep him a little company. When I sat down, he started giving me trouble. He was acting sarcastic and quite rude. He called me Ackley Kid, which he knew bothered me at the time. He then started commenting on my teeth and my hygiene. I was so upset that all I was receiving after trying to help him was aggression. I asked him to stop acting childish, yet he stayed persistent. It doesn't seem like a lot now, but my immaturity was boiling inside. I started thinking that maybe helping people wasn't for me. I didn't think about it long enough to reason it out, and I ended up leaving the room in a fit. Later that night, Holden came into my room trying to talk. He had just fought with his roommate. He asked if he could sleep in my roommate's bed, who was out for the night, and I gave him all types of excuses. In fact, I didn't even give him a second of my time. He came into my room looking for a friend, and I turned him down. The next morning, Holden had disappeared. I asked his roommate Stradlater if he knew anything, but he didn't. We all knew that he had just failed all his classes and had gotten kicked out of school, but to leave in the middle of the night was strange, to say the least. A few weeks went by and word got around that Holden was on some psycho hospital on a distant island in the Galapagos. I dreamed of him in the classic white-walled psych unit trying to call out for me, but never in my dream could I ever talk back to him, help like I failed to do that night. When someone mentioned his name at school, my stomach churned and my head buzzed. I know that if I had just given him a few seconds of my time that night, I could have helped him. Hell, I could have saved his life. I know I can never forget Holden or make it better. But I never wanted to fail anyone like that ever again. I never wanted to see anyone fall when I could have helped. That night with Holden will always be in my memory.